All right, we're going to get started now. Good morning to everyone. Hope you're having a good Thursday so far. My name is Sherry Carroll. I'm Director of Marketing Communications with the South Bend Regional Chamber. And this is a session on social media trends and tactics. And one thing I wanted to give you just a housekeeping note that we're going to use the Q&A function kind of in the bottom of the screen. If you have any questions throughout today's presentation, please use that function and our speaker will be able then to answer them. So I want to introduce our guest today. Her name is Ashley Siery, and she's Director of Accounts with Vala Marketing. It's a digital marketing agency in Elkhart. She also manages content, social media. She does photography as well for the agency. She has her master's degree from IU South Bend and her undergrad degree from IU Bloomington. So let's get started, and I'm going to introduce Ashley. So the floor is yours.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. It's really great to be here today. I'm really excited to share some trends and tactics with you. I think this will be a pretty fun session. I have a few things to kind of go over. So let's just get started here. So like Sherry mentioned, I am the Director of Accounts at Vala Marketing. And what that means is I just manage a team of account managers who manage projects for clients. They make sure clients are happy. And they also do all of the posting, the comments, responding, the content gathering, basically anything you can think of related to social media. My team is doing that for our clients. It's my job to make sure that everyone, our clients, my employees, and the pages and everyone who's interacting with those pages are happy and everything's going according to Vala marketing standards. So with that being said, I have a few things to go over today. We're going to go over some trends, including authenticity, creative paid social, and shopping on social. And then we're going to go over some tactics as well, which would include defining goals, turning your page into a shop, and exploring new features as often as you can. And if we have time, which I'm pretty sure we're going to have some time, I wanted to just do a demonstration of how to boost a post as well, because I think that'll be pretty helpful if you don't know how to do that already. You can ask questions at any time. I'll try to keep an eye on the Q&A section of Zoom, but if I miss something, I'm going to check everything at the end of the presentation and make sure I get those questions answered. So with all of that being said, right now, the latest data shows that there are 4.48 billion users on social media around the world this month. That's a crazy number, and that equates to almost 57% of the entire global population. So half the world is using social media. Global internet traffic has grown by as much as 30% this year. I'm sure you guys can guess why. It comes down to COVID-19. COVID-19 has changed a lot of what the social media landscape looks like. You know, lockdowns may have, lifted a little bit recently across many countries, but many of the new, you know, many of the new things we learned that we could do during this time, many of those things are going to stick around. Like shopping online, that's not going to change. And having a shop on Facebook and Instagram, that's only going to get better and better and better. This is just kind of how things are now. People liked it. People liked shopping online. People liked being able to reach people across social media platforms, and that's all going to continue. All of this increased activity has resulted in some really interesting trends and tactics for businesses on social. Um, so yeah, let's just jump into that and kind of talk about what that means. So the first trend I'm going to go over is authenticity. It sounds like a simple thing, right? Being authentic, but not a lot of brands fully understand what that means. Being open and honest about the struggle of running your business is a really great example of authenticity, as I'm talking about it right now. You know, especially during a global pandemic. Being authentic about your struggles and about the things you're going through, it can build just a really strong, really supportive community. And that community will then drive traffic to your site, not just the traffic of themselves, but they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, and those people are then going to go there and check it out as well. Authenticity is just really important across influencers too. A lot of influencers are sharing stories right now in an authentic way, whether that means being open about personal stories like what it's like after having a baby, or maybe an experience at a place like a brewery or a restaurant or a shop that made them feel something, whether that feeling was a good feeling or a bad feeling. They're wanting to share those experiences. Um, but with that being said, it's not just influencers that authenticity can help. It can help brands too. Having that sort of open book content, having those conversations surrounding mental health, body positivity, entrepreneurship, those are all growing content trends for personal accounts and brands alike. 81% of people believe that social media has increased accountability for businesses. 86% of Americans believe that transparency from businesses is more important than ever before. And I have one more number for you. 73% of consumers are willing to pay more for products if they can tell that there's some kind of authenticity about them. So that's really important, that shift away from perfection and towards transparency. It can be really, really powerful, and kind of moving away from that less curated content to more in the moment, real content from time to time can be really, really powerful. I'm thinking right now of, Simone Biles this past week. If you guys didn't see that, I mean, she's a gold medalist. She's the best gymnast in the world, and she decided to walk away from the team competition this week in gymnastics. Due to personal mental health issues, she called it. That is blowing up on social media right now because people feel she's being authentic. People feel she's actually taking care of herself, and she's approaching that open book content in a way that's really interesting to viewers and her fans on social media. um, this is a brand called Papersmiths. They also tried to be a little authentic when they wanted to talk about closing for the lockdown. um, it's not, people don't like hearing that you have to close your storefront. However, if you are authentic and open and honest about it on social media, they're going to actually really like that you shared that with them. They feel like they're in the know. They feel like they're a part of the conversation that you're having there. Here's another example from Shy Wolf Candles. They wanted to talk a little bit about some issues they had. Again, uh, about COVID-19. They had some issues with delays, shipping delays. They had some issues with logistics and supply chain stuff. And they just put it all out there. They just put all that information in this post, and they said, "Hey, 2020, eh?" And they shared their struggle, and sharing that struggle, it was really important to their followers. And it's not a perfect or ideal situation, or one that maybe 10, 15 years ago you'd want to be like, I'm going to share this with the people who buy from me. But nowadays, they're getting a return on it. Just by sharing it on social. People feel like they're a part of that conversation, and they feel like they can uh, have some kind of an impact along with this brand. Other ways that you can be authentic, rather than just, writing a post, would be to just go live. Do a live stream. Vala, my company, we love doing live streams because it's in the moment, it's spontaneous, it's honest, it's authentic. We do that for festivals, we do that for construction sites, we do that for one of our clients even sells cake mix, and we've done some lives with her as well. You can find a way to go live. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what product you're selling, what service you're giving to your customers. You can find a way to go live and share your story, share what's going on in the past month. Just make your followers feel like they're a part of that conversation and that you're being authentic. Here is another brand that I wanted to show you guys, Dove. I'm sure you've seen this one before. Project hashtag show us. Um, this is another interesting trend in terms of authenticity. Again, diversity and inclusion. That's really big right now in terms of authenticity and just kind of sharing that open book content that consumers want to see right now. This is a huge campaign. You can see people are using that hashtag. They're posting to Instagram and Facebook about this, and they're really engaged with it because they feel a connection with that brand. So the key takeaways from this part would be to just voice your values, connect with your audience over the things that you both care about, and don't be afraid to make that personal connection. That's what's going to create that really genuine rapport with your target market and have them coming back for more. Those long-term relationships, they just inspire more trust. And social media can amplify that. So again, just we're in this really weird era of distrust, which is driving a demand for authenticity, and that's why this is such a big key item that I wanted to discuss today. So trend number 2, moving on, get creative with paid social. Just about every successful company with a marketing budget is spending a chunk of it on paid social media. If you just go through your own social media news feed, you'll see 1 in 4 posts is going to be some kind of an advertisement. That's how many ads are out there right now, and you want your company to be a part of that. So, just in case anyone doesn't know exactly what it means to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, I do have a few little definitions here. Boosting is one form of advertisement on Facebook. It is a post to your page's timeline that you can then apply money to. So you've already made this post. Maybe it went out yesterday, maybe it went out a month ago, but it did really well, and you want more people to see that. You want it to get in front of more people, a specific group of people, in fact. So you're just going to apply money to that post that's already on your page and choose an audience, and then that will get pushed out right in front of that audience. Boosting is the simplest way to advertise on Facebook. Facebook ads, on the other hand, these are like the real deal. This is where you can get in and customize exactly what you want with your ads. These are created through Ads Manager, and they offer more advanced solutions for what you're trying to do. There's many different objectives to help you reach your goals, and you can hone in on an audience that you specifically want to reach. You have control over all of the creative, and that's really what makes Facebook ads fun. And that's another thing I wanted to touch on. Don't forget that this is also supposed to be fun, right? This is social media. Whether you're a brand, whether you're just someone playing around on your personal page, this is supposed to be fun no matter what. And if you make it a chore, it's going to feel like a chore every single time you go in to do ads. So here's just a few examples of some ads, different types of ads that you can do. This one is a carousel ad. It has multiple images, and those multiple images, you can like scroll through them. I'm sure you guys have kind of interacted with similar advertisements as this one. This one uses flat lay photography, so just a different look, not the same thing that everybody else is doing, just kind of giving, playing around, getting creative with your photography and with your content, um, not doing the same thing over and over again. And again, like these are products, but they don't look like packaged products like this hair product over here. These are like almost lifestyle photography, which is really nice. And then this last one here is a story, and that story is an ad. So you can even place ads in stories. You can place ads in articles. You can place ads in a million different places, and that's what Ads Manager will help you with. That's where you can make those customization options. All right. So, key takeaways on advertising: spend some money. Consider allocating 6 to 7% of your gross revenue to your marketing efforts. That's what the U.S. Small Business Association, or I'm sorry, excuse me, Small Business Administration suggests for small businesses. And get creative with those ads. Try out new placements. Explore there's so many different options. I can't even describe how many options there are, and you have control over all of it. So play around with some new things. See what's out there and record what you learn so that you can just get better and better and better at it. Okay, trend number 3, shopping online. This is huge right now. Businesses that may have had to close their storefronts throughout the pandemic, this option in social media, not just Facebook but Instagram too, it's really given people the ability to feel empowered during the pandemic, and they've been able to bring their shops online, and give their consumers more shopping options. Whereas, any other time it would have just been, a loss. So, with so many online shopping options available now, we predict that consumers will continue to want to shop online despite relaxed regulations. So, if you don't have an online shop, um, I strongly suggest that you consider doing that, just because it's giving your consumers more of an option to shop or just view what you're selling, and that can drive more traffic to your website as well. 71% of consumers prefer online shopping, and this is just me backing up my claim of, like, I don't think online shopping, beyond, even Amazon or, websites. I think Facebook and Instagram, this is going to be really, really important for brands. 71% of consumers prefer online shopping. If you have an iPhone, you're getting that notification of, you've spent X amount of hours the past week, on your phone. And I mean, that we have some information tracking that, that people are spending 2 hours and 15 minutes a day on average searching for new brands and products on social media. So not just on their phone, but specifically searching for new brands and products. I would think that you would want your brand to show up somewhere in that 2 hours and 15 minutes a day that they're spending there. 2021 will see an increased social shopping. The global social commerce market will increase by about 34%. So again, just backing up my claim that social shopping is going to be important, and you can really reach a wider audience that's going to want to buy from you even more, if you have a shop open on your social media. One reason why they might want to shop on social media rather than, on your website is a lot of websites require you to fill out a lot of information about yourself, right? Like, you have to fill out everything, your full name, your address. Do you want alerts? Do you want newsletters, etc.? And there's a lot of people who just feel like the checkout process is over the top. It's too much. Um, Putting your shop on Facebook and Instagram kind of bypasses all of that. And that's why people are preferring the checkout process on social channels. 35% of consumers abandon carts because the shop asks them to create an account, and 27% think the checkout process takes too long or is too complicated. So again, just another reason why it's going to be important, especially in the coming years, to make that shop. Here's just a few examples of what a shop might look like. You can do all kinds of fun things with your shop. You can see this one is tagging various products. And you can do that on Instagram and Facebook, which I wanted to show you that a little bit later. So we'll dive more into that too. And then you can even, look at these photos here. These cover photos really make everything just pop. So it really feels like a full-on shop, or like a second website where people can buy from you. So key takeaways: users want to buy on social. With Facebook shops, Instagram shoppable posts, consumers can buy a product seen in a post without even leaving the app. It makes it easy, it makes it fast. I mean, you're gonna get people like me who are like, "Oh, I need that right now," and I'll click the button without even thinking about it. So it's definitely gonna be really, really important in the coming years. And then new opportunities, these online shopping tools, they're providing new opportunities to effectively sell products online. So jump on the bandwagon now, because it's only going to grow and create even more opportunities for your shop. All right, so we're going to move on into tactics. This is just things, they kind of go along with the previous three things I talked about. Um, but it's more of like an action item list that I'd like you guys to think about as we're talking here. So, number one, clearly define your goals. Whatever you do on social media, you want to have an end goal. Don't go out and throw money on a boost, or on an ad, or whatever it is you're doing, with zero goal, because you're just then throwing money out at people for no reason, and you're not going to get a return on investment. I mean, that's the question I get the most: is how do you determine ROI with social media? Well, it depends on what your goals are, so you have to set them. Track your objectives and pivot. For every ad, you have to have that end goal. Do you want more followers? Do you want purchases? Do you want web visits? Do you want engagement? What is it that you want? Because these are all objectives that you can specifically search for using Facebook and Instagram. For every post, you should know who you're trying to reach and what motivates those individuals. That's that authenticity we were talking about, right? In order to be authentic with our followers, we have to know who they are and what they're interested in. And if they, have the same values as your company does, then, we need to share that with them. Track analytics and pivot as needed. Um, did you expect to get more engagement on that ad? Did you expect to get more followers? Did you expect something different than the outcome you got? Well, track that. And the next time, maybe change one thing and see what the outcome is. Social media is all about trial and error. It's okay to fail, um, because you still learn in the middle of all of that. And that's really what social is. There is no one size fits all. There is no template that works for every single industry. You have to track what you're doing and adjust when it doesn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And then this last one here, I recently had a client come to me and say, "Hey, I want to do some advertising, but I don't have a budget. I just want to spend whatever. What do you think? Whatever you want to spend." And that's not scalable. That's not a good way to track what you're doing. You want to have a budget laid out so that you know how much you're spending each month, and you're not just boosting things on the fly. That's all going to impact the reach and impressions you get. If you know your budget, then you'll be able to plan your boosts. You'll be able to plan how long those boosts are going to run for and when they're going to overlap. And those things are all going to play a part in your analytics. So my second tactic is turning your page into a shop. I know we just talked about this, but it's really important right now. There's so many options to explore. It's all available to you with, I mean, tons of customizations. And if you don't have one yet, it's time. And it's not hard to set up. It's actually super easy, and it's really really cool and fun. So you'll want to upload your catalog of products. Um, I can kind of show you after this presentation what that might look like, but you can choose a full catalog of products, upload photos, descriptions, prices, all of that stuff, and then you can choose which products to feature. You can customize your store with accent colors and a cover image, kind of like I was showing you before. And then you can even tag your products in each post that you make beyond the shop so that it's easy for users to find that product. They just click on it and it takes them right to the buy now page. You'll also want to test your experience. Try it out. When you first get it set up, send it to friends and family, have them go through it, see what they think, and make sure that it's simple and just fun to browse. Again, social media is all about fun, right? So that's the main thing that we want to hit on here. Um, and I just realized I didn't even talk about Instagram with their shop. Instagram and Facebook, you can connect them together so that the shops go across both platforms. Um, and yeah, there's different customizations for each platform. On Instagram, you can tag products, you can do fun product launch posts with buttons in there that you can click on, and they'll take you to more information about the products, stickers, all kinds of fun creative tools. Okay. And then number 3 is going to be explore new features when they first come out. Um, the best example I can give is Instagram's answer to TikTok. Everybody knows how big TikTok is right now. But Instagram's still a little bit ahead just because they answered TikTok. They said, "Hey, we're gonna add reels to what we're doing." And so an Instagram reel is a 15 to 30-second video. I think they've actually expanded it to be 60 seconds now, and you can publish it either to your main feed or to your Reels feed or just to your Reels feed if you want. With these Reels, they're just really engaging for consumers and fans. And people usually post 3 different types of Reels: entertaining, informative, or remix Reels. So I would suggest, if you don't know how to do a reel or if you're nervous about making one, just watch a whole bunch of them in your personal time. Spend some time scrolling through them. Make a note of the ones that you find funny or clever or that might relate to your brand, and then try it. Just try it out for your brand. Again, there is no one size fits all. It's always going to be different depending on your industry, and just do what makes sense for your brand. Okay, so where are we at? 10:30. I think we definitely have time for let me just stop sharing here. I just wanted to do a demonstration of a boost. So let me just pull that up here. And I do see a question. In terms of general engagement, impressions rate for analytics, is there a percentage rate that constitutes success in a market? Yeah, that's a fair question. So what you're going to want to do is probably Google, I'm not sure exactly what market you're in, but you would want to Google like benchmarks for your industry. And specifically engagement and impression benchmarks, and you'll see like what the average is for your industry. And you can kind of determine what success means for you based on what the average is. Hopefully that answered your question there. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen one more time. I have actually a few things to show you guys before we try boosting. This is an example of a carousel on Instagram. These are super big right now. So it's just like a series of images that tell you why something is the way it is, how something works, why you should do something. This one from Shine with Natasha, she's talking about brand emojis. Choose 5 to 10 brand emojis that represent your brand. And then she's got multiple images that showcase that. We did something similar with Mad Bull Barbecue. They're one of our clients as well. We did this on both Facebook and Instagram. They actually received a message, which was this one right here, that actually really upset the owner of this company. So we decided to take it and make it a plus for them by making this carousel post, which kind of describes the history of collard greens. And this is, I mean, it went pretty well on social. It got a lot of shares. And a lot of comments too, people just saying, man, that's Mad Bull's doing it right. That's exactly what we want to see. So these kind of carousel posts where you're explaining something through a series of images, they're doing really, really well right now, and there's something to consider as content for anything that you guys are doing. I wanted to show you guys a reel too. This is from downtown Elkhart. We did do this reel a few months ago. As you can see, there's some snow, but I think the idea here was to walk down Main Street or drive down Main Street and end up at the ice cream shop. So you're seeing just kind of everything Elkhart has to offer, and then ending up somewhere really, really yummy. People are loving these reels right now. Again, it's one of those things that is new. There's a whole feed for reels, and it is Instagram's answer to TikTok. So definitely play with those if you haven't already. And then here's an example of a shop. There's an actual tab that says shop on ChemShield. This is again another one of Vala's accounts. And we have a catalog of all the products listed here. Now, they didn't want to actually sell on Facebook, so we just listed the products and the price. And when you click into them, you can either save the product or you can check it out on the website. So if you don't want to deal with like money or Shopify or any kind of app like that, you can still create that shop on Facebook and drive traffic to your website. If you're in an industry that does not have like products, like ChemShield here, they have this. This is an example of one of their products, and you can actually, I'll show you guys this real quick too. Edit post, and you can tag that product. And that is a touchless dispenser. So now we've tagged that product. We're going to save that. And now when we look at that post, the product will be listed there. You can click in to view the product, and you can click that product to be taken to the price. Again, if you wanted to have go through the whole checkout process on Facebook, you absolutely can. This is just an account where they didn't want to do that. But if you don't have products like ChemShield does, maybe you just have services. You can also list your services and their prices out in a services tab, just like this automatic account here. So we've got oil changes, diagnostics, starter breaks, etc. We have all the services that he did when he was in business listed here, and you can click into them. And I mean, even if you want to like set up scheduling and all of that stuff, I mean, Facebook is that robust right now that you can basically run your entire business through it. And then let's see here. Authenticity. This was something I wanted to show on authenticity. This Hotel Elkhart sign going up. This photo, it's not a great photo. We didn't take it with a DSLR or an SLR camera. We took it with a cell phone. It was rainy. It was gross. But at the same time, it was authentic. Like you can tell that somebody was just walking down Main Street, saw the sign, and was excited about it. And that's kind of the authenticity that we're talking about here that got, a whole bunch of engagement. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of selling directly through social media? Why might a business not want to allow customers to purchase products directly through social media? Um, for ChemShield, it's a little weird. ChemShield sells sanitization products. Um, because of the inflation and price gouging that happened at the beginning of the pandemic, um, Facebook is not allowing a lot of stuff to happen. Like, with any other account, you'd be able to sell, you'd be able to advertise, you'd be able to do all these different things. With ChemShield, it's a little bit different, just because we're not allowed to sell sanitization stuff on Facebook right now. They're trying to help with the price gouging that happened when the pandemic first started. So that's why we didn't want to sell on social media for ChemShield. The advantages to selling on social media is that less clicks. The people who are making the purchase do not have to fill out a bunch of information. They do not have to leave the app. It's the 2 clicks and that product is bought. So it's faster. There's less time to think about it. There's no add to cart, and then maybe I won't do that now because I don't want to put all my information in. So that's the advantage to selling on social media. People don't have to leave the site. They're already on the site doing whatever personal thing they're doing. They come across your ad. They want that product. They click it and they get it. And it's that easy and simple. All right. So I think that covers that. Here's an example of a live stream that we did recently. It did pretty well for a rain drain. Again, rain drain, they sell gutters and roofing and windows, a whole bunch of home improvement stuff. That's what they do. You wouldn't think that you'd be able to make too many live streams about that, but we do a live stream with them about once every week. And we get a ton of engagement that way. So again, that authenticity, showing things in the moment, really big right now. So I don't know. Do you guys want me to go through a boost? Should I show you guys that? Is that of interest at all? Hmm. I see. For a service industry that is only for people when needed, construction company, disaster restoration, sprinkler company, specialty doctors, how do you measure your success when you're trying to build brand awareness more so that clicks and phone calls come through? Sure. Um, that's a great question. What I would say on that is, you you have to make the decisions there. There's a lot of objectives that you can choose when you're doing an ad. There's a lot of things that could be considered ROI. So if you're trying to build brand awareness, then you want that to be your objective in the ad. And you can You can look for benchmarks for brand awareness. Maybe you're measuring impressions. Maybe you're measuring engagement rate. It depends on what you're measuring, but just choose something that you want to measure that relates to brand awareness. And all of that is listed when you go in to do an ad in Ads Manager. You just choose which objective that you want when you're in Ads Manager, and uh, and then you'll be able to kind of see what kind of response you get on that first ad you do, and then try to beat it. But what you have to do is choose that metric that you're tracking. If you don't have a specific metric that you think relates to brand awareness, then it's going to be really, really hard to determine whether or not you're being successful. So I do see people saying, yes, please do a boost. So I will do that real quick. We're going to do it on this live stream here. And you can do it from, I access my page by going to business.facebook.com and then finding my page. We have hundreds of pages in our business manager, so that's how I have to do it. But go in as the business admin. You're going to click this little blue button, Boost Post. And then up here, see it says goal. This is what I mean when I'm talking about objectives. You have way more options when you go in through Ads Manager. So this is just down and dirty, right? This is the easiest way to do an ad on Facebook, but you still want to choose your goal, right? Let's see what goals we have here. Get more website purchases, get more messages, get more video views, get more leads, get more calls. So if you want more calls, you can literally click that as an objective for your ad, and it will track that information for you. And it will also show the ad to people who are more likely to make calls. Facebook has that information. It knows that about you. So when you're getting ads, they're sending you those ads based on, your own habits when you're on social media. So it knows whether or not you tend to call businesses from Facebook, or whether or not you tend to go to websites, whether or not you view that whole video. It has all that information about just everyone on social media. So it's able to kind of cater these ads once you choose that objective. So let's go for more video views. I want people to watch this video. You can add a button, learn more. I like learn more, but you can choose book now. You can choose shop now. You can have people sign up if you have a form that you want them to fill out. You can give them directions if you want them to go somewhere. You can have them send you a message. I like learn more. And for me, what I'm counting as a conversion for this account is when people land on their estimates page. Whoops, let's go to rain drain. Free estimate. This is a conversion to me as a social media manager for this particular account. When someone lands on this page and is able to fill out this form, that's a conversion for me. So I'm going to use that. Whoops. Let's go back to where we were as my website URL that I want to send people to. Special ad category. This is for any ad that is about credit, employment, housing, or social issues, and politics as well. So there are some specific things that you cannot do with ads if they are about any of these issues. So ours, it's not about that. Ours is about, getting 50% off labor and, going to the fair and talking to the rain drain guys, right? So we don't have to click this, but say maybe I'm doing an ad for Greencroft Communities. They are a retirement home community here locally, and they often need more applications for people to join in their community. If I was doing an ad about, hey, we have units available for those 55 and up, etc., then that's housing. That counts as housing, and we would have to click this and select the category. When you select the category, it limits what you can do in terms of targeting your audience. So we're not that though, so we're going to click that off. We're going to scroll down and see the audience. So you can do people you choose through targeting. You can target people who just like your page. You can target people who like your page as well as their friends. And then you can also just do people in your local area, just people around you. For us, we're going to go ahead and target. So let's create a new audience. Rain Drain 3.0, we'll call it. It's just a name. Doesn't matter what you put here. It's just for your own organizational purposes. You can choose people by gender if you want to. I don't want to at this point. I know that I can reach people probably 25, to 65 who will be interested in this ad. You know what? Since we're talking about the fair, we're going to bring that back down. You can type in locations. We already have Goshen. We could put in Elkhart. And you can change that radius if you wanted to. You can target anywhere in the entire world. So if for ChemShield, that other account I was kind of showing you guys earlier with the sanitization solutions, we did do a few ads before the Facebook restrictions on boosting about sanitizing products. And when we did those ads, we targeted the entire United States because they ship within the continental states. I got some questions here. Yes, Facebook identity verification documents is definitely something that you have to send in just to, like, if you happen to do an ad relating to politics or something like that, it wants to make sure that you are who you say you are. Is something similar required for those other categories? No. The categories that we were just talking about, let me get out of here real quick. So the special ad category, you do not need to send in any information. It's literally just saying you have to tell us if your ad is about this stuff so that we can limit your targeting options. They don't want you targeting people based on their income for an employment position. So they're just asking you to tell them, because they do go through a process where they review these boosts. And if it is a special ad category but isn't notated with this guy here, then they're gonna say no, you can't run that ad. So you want to make sure that you're always just putting special ad category if it is a special ad category, so that you're targeting what we were just doing here, so that gets limited and you aren't discriminating against people, basically. So let's go back in here and finish that ad. Rain Drain 3.0. We got Goshen. We're going to do Elkhart. And why not do South Bend as well? I think these guys are also in Fort Wayne. I'm not going to do everywhere that they are in because we don't have enough time for that. But there you go. You can see it drops pins for everywhere that you added. You can change the radius if you wanted to. You could target anywhere. And then you can put some detailed targeting here. It even gives you some suggestions. So window installer, yes, Rain Drain is a window installer. They do some home construction. I think spring cleaning is a good one for this particular account. Spray foam for their insulation. General contractor. Let's see, fixer upper. They do roofs, home improvement, roofing contractor. They do metal roofs, rain gutters. That was really easy, wasn't it? But you can also search, let's say, window installer, and it will give you suggestions if you didn't already click that, which we had. So we can even target people who like cucumbers. That's how detailed we can get in our targeting. but I don't think people are only interested in cucumbers who are trying to get a hold of rain drain, so we'll take that off. And you can see down here, it says potential reach, 330,000 people. It says our audience is defined. It's not too specific and it's not too broad. If you're reaching into this broad area or if you're reaching into this specific area, you may want to reconsider what targeting options you chose up here. So we're going to save this audience. And then you can choose a duration. I like to go for a bit longer. And then how much you want to spend. We'll say 50 bucks. This pixel, if you have a pixel on your website, what you can do is connect that to your Facebook. And when you do that, it will track everything that Facebook users do once they leave Facebook and go onto your website. That can be really helpful just because you can actually create audiences based off of that. So you can say, okay, I want to reach everybody who went to my website in the last 30 days. You can make a whole audience of just people who have been on your website in the past 30 days, and you can send them retargeting ads. So if you've ever seen like, hey, we saw you were looking at this hair care product. Do you want to come back and buy it? That's a retargeting ad. They targeted you because they have a pixel on their website and they know that you put whatever that hair care product was in your cart. So once you're done, you can just click boost now and we're good to go. I'm not going to boost this one just because I'd rather edit this audience and put all of the locations that they're going to be in. But just pretending that I did put all of those in there, all we would have to do is click boost now. So that's what I have for you guys. Did I miss any questions here? Yes, I did. Is there a benefit to running a boosted post instead of setting up an ad and running it through Facebook Ads Manager? Absolutely, there is. Boosts, they're just super fast, right? They're fast. They're if you just want to put some money behind a post that's already doing well, sure, that it'll get you, the whatever. My words are kind of jumbly, but whatever goal you choose, it will get you whatever you're looking for there. If you do an ad through Ads Manager, though, you have way more options in terms of who you're reaching, objectives, what you want to do, what you want those people to do. You can even create forms for them to fill out. You can do some A/B testing. Maybe you want to test, okay, I have two versions of audiences and I don't know which one is going to be best for this ad. Maybe you split your budget down the middle and you do some with that initial audience, and then you do the rest with that other audience, and everything else is the same. Your photos are all the same. Your copy is all the same. Everything's the same. Only the audience changed. That would be an A/B test, and you could learn more about those audiences by doing an ad set like that. You can only really do that in Ads Manager, and it gives you a lot of analytics, a lot more things to track. If you're interested in doing ads or boosting or any of that, then definitely, absolutely do some research into Facebook Ads Manager, because you will get far more from those ads than you will get from a boost. What do the overlapping circles do versus a larger radius in one spot? They don't do anything. They're just going to hit the same people. It's just like a Venn diagram. Maybe if I wasn't in a presentation right now, I probably would have chosen other cities that weren't touching, just so that we could have a broader audience and not so many overlapping. Any more questions I can answer? Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Ashley. And thank you for your authenticity yourself. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, lots
It
of
was a
fun.
great, yeah, it was a great presentation. So I want to thank again Ashley Siery from Vala Marketing for joining us today. And what we will do, we are recording this, so anybody who did register, I'll follow up with a communication to all attendees with the recording, the link to the recording. So if you wanted to listen to anything again and view anything again as well. So we appreciate it. Our next event is the August 12th Coffee and Conversations at Cultivate. I hope you all can make it. But other than that, you have a great Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Bye.